All right, I'm having a little bit of a hot flash, but it's all good. I got my Ricola because my throat was getting dry. Today is still Saturday, July 19th, and it's now 5:48 a.m., so the recordings are going well so far. And so what I wanted to talk about is doing too much and being too much, or doing the most. And I'm going to read a little bit from my notes just because I haven't really synthesized how I'm going to say this. But I feel like I've always felt afraid that I was doing the most, being the most, and sometimes being too honest and getting shamed for it. I'm a deep thinker. I have deep and intense feelings and emotions, which means I play hard, I laugh hard, I love hard, I give hard. And sometimes I feel like I'm just doing the most or doing too much. And that's why the Guess What song comes up, is that I was so stupid for love. And I don't remember the rest of the lyrics, but it's like I really love hard, and I really share my heart with people. Not all the time, but when I share my heart, I really do share my heart. And I really do share my feelings and my emotions. And then also too, I've always been, even though I've had shame, I've always been a little bit like, fuck it, I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say about something that maybe I went through or whatever, and just claim it. And I feel like there's been times in the past where I've tried to open up on social media about something that's on my mind, and it's just been too intense for people. And then the flying monkeys come out. Nicole is on the internet sharing all these pictures and saying too much and doing this and doing that. And so I feel excited about the fact that this time around, while I'm open and sharing, that I'm making it through and being able to continue, and I'm receiving the support. And then I want to also say that I used to, in high school, this would have been before my father was murdered. I used to, I think, be pretty funny around my friends, and I used to cap hella hard on people and clown hella hard. And this morning I was reminded of this thing where they had a high school newspaper, and it was a Catholic school. And so everybody had to write their last will and testament kind of thing. And so I was reminded that in high school, I actually wrote in my last will and testament a whole bunch of funny stuff, including the word nigga, and they actually published it. And of course, later on, I thought, okay, some people are telling me it's funny, but other people are like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. And so anyway, I've always felt like I'm super creative and super talented, if I can just be bold enough to say that, and that I get shut down by people's thoughts and opinions because I just come from a place that maybe other people don't come from. And so, speaking of that, I just want to shout myself out because I found this in my memories, and this is an art project and a book report that I had to write for school. And it says it was in 1977, so I would have been around 8 years old. So it's You're Not Elected, Charlie Brown by Charles M. Schultz. And so basically I wrote in here, You're Not Elected, Charlie Brown, Russell Anderson, Linus Van Pelt, Lucy, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy. Those were, I can't read it. I think it asks who the characters are. And anyway, they ask these questions and I start answering. I say, when Charlie Brown told Snoopy to make some posters for the election. And then it says, once there was an election, because they're asking you to summarize, I guess, the book. And it says, and I wrote, once there was an election, the people who were running for president were Linus Van Pelt and Russell Anderson. Charlie Brown asked Snoopy to write some posters. And then the last thing I wrote is, why don't you read the rest of the book to find out what happened next? And that just, to me, is like who I really am. At the end of the day, I'm very practical. And I probably got in trouble for saying that. And so Anyway, I'll say more about it. I'm at the 5-minute mark. And so to be continued.